gets me almost every time. In the midst of summer, watching it in full bloom.
Hey guys, this is Rosa Kelly. Welcome back to the channel and to a new day on the fall crafting series. So today I have for you a requested tutorial, which is going to be my September blank book. So as you may know, I have a mini album subscription club. So every month I design a new blank book and I ship it to you. And this is the design for the month of September. So today we're going to be making one of these together from start to finish. I also went ahead and created a PDF cutting guide for those of you who like to have the measurements ahead and scoring. I'm just going to prepare for the class. I'm going to have the link down below so you can go ahead and download, print it, and then come back and follow along with the tutorial. But let me give you a quick walkthrough of this book. So on today's video, we're going to be making it. And then on tomorrow's video, I'm going to show you the final decorated book with the design paper, and hopefully I will have it ready for tomorrow. But let's go ahead and take a look. So this book measures 9¼ by 7½, and it has a 2½ inch spine. I did a walkthrough of these, so I'll just go really quick and show you how it looks like. So it opens up like that. When I created this book, I imagined you can do, of course, memories of fall, or you can also double it as a recipe book, maybe something about fall that I just love creating recipe books. This over here has a pocket. This page opens up like that. So very simple layouts. So definitely any skill level can get this book complete in a little time. And so hopefully if this is even your first time making a mini album, you won't feel intimidated by the process. I will make it really simple for you to follow along. I also have this little piece here that is an add-on. And so yeah, so that is what we're gonna be making. Also, if you guys would like to subscribe to my mini album club, I'll have the link below. Like I said, every month I create a new design and ship that to you, ready for you to just simply decorate. So we're gonna get started with this. So I'm going to be using 2 pieces of chipboard. These are gonna be 9¼ by 7½. And then 1 piece that is going to be 9¼ by 2½. And I'm going to be using craft color cardstock for the base. And I'm just going to go ahead and join these cardstock pieces together. And we're just going to go ahead and do the binding. So I'm going to do 3 pieces here. So we're just gonna join all of these, and then we're going to go ahead and glue the chipboard pieces down. Okay, and I'm going to start by adding the center. Okay, and then my chipboard I get at Amazon, so I will have a link to my Amazon store somewhere on the description box of this video. And when you open that, you're gonna find in there a list of all my most used supplies. Okay, so then I'm just going to add this other piece, and when you glue your chipboard, make sure that you leave some space in between the pieces so it's easier to fold. Okay, so you want a little space, and then press down. And then I'm just going to wrap around my chipboard. So let's go ahead and cut.
gets me almost every time. In the midst of summer, watching it in full bloom always makes me wonder when we were just kids, bare feet on warm asphalt. We held our dreams within our hands. It happens every time, I wonder how. But I can see my life so clearly now. Dared ourselves away from home, further out each passing day. Gravel road towards the sea. I blink and I remember you.
Okay, so now I'm going to cut one piece that is going to be about 5 by 9 inches, and we are going to glue this piece here on the spine. Okay, so this is going to protect our spine, so I'm just going to grab the glue. Okay, so there we go, and we're gonna add this over here. Okay, and then I'm also going to add some glue here on next to the bending lines. Okay, so I'm just gonna add it like that, and then we're gonna place this piece right at the center, and we're just going to press down and press down, and we're going to now score on the bending lines.
Gets me almost every time.
Okay, so we have our binding ready here for the cover, and now we're going to be working on the inside covers. So I'm going to cut 2 pieces, and these are going to be 9 inches by 7 1/4, and these are going to be one for the back, one for the front. So now we're gonna concentrate on this front piece, and I'm going to cut 2 pieces. This is going to be 8 1/2 by 4. Okay, so 8 1/2 by 4, and then we're going to cut one piece that is going to be 8 1/2 by 7 1/4. And so we're going to score these pieces here. So the 2 pieces that measure 4 inches, we're going to score at 1/2 inch. Okay, so 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch. And the piece that is 7 1/4 by 8 1/2, we're going to score at 1/2 inch along the 8 1/2 inch side. Okay, and so now we're just going to fold along the score lines, and we are going to grab our base page, or the page that we cut first, and we're going to glue this first piece here along the top. Okay, so we're just going to add this piece here and press down, and then we're going to open this up and add the other 2 pieces. Okay, so these are gonna go one on each side. Okay, so this one, press down, and then we're gonna add the other side, and make sure these two are even right there, like that. Okay, and we're going to press down, and so we are going to glue this piece on the inside front cover. So I'm just gonna add my glue. Okay, and then place this piece here and press it down. Okay, so that's gonna be the inside front cover. Now for the back cover, I'm going to cut a piece. This is going to be 9 by 7.25, and then we're going to cut 2 pieces. Let me use my little scraps here. You want these 2 pieces to be 2 by 6. Okay, so 6 by 2, and then maybe this one here, so 6 by 2. Okay, and now we are going to score. So the first piece, we're gonna score along the 7.25. We're just gonna score at 1 inch, and the 2 little pieces, we're gonna score along the 2 inches at half, 1 and 1.5. Okay, so half, 1 and 1.5, and then we're going to fold along the score lines. So these 2 little accordion fold outs are going to be to make a dimensional pocket. So we're gonna fold as an accordion. Okay, and then fold this one back, and now we're gonna bring back the back page here, and actually let's glue it to this one first. So we're going to add this piece on the page that we cut for the base. So we're just gonna add glue to this 1 inch side here, and we're gonna place these against the edge. Okay, so we're just gonna glue these down, press down here, and then we're gonna open up this flap, and we're going to add the accordion fold pieces. So I'm going to add 1. We're gonna add those on the flaps, and so I'm just gonna place them so the edge here is at the edge of this line, and we're gonna add this one right there. Okay, so press down, and then we're going to add this other one. Okay, this one is going to go on the other side, so that's gonna go right there, and press down. And then we're going to add glue on these 2 pieces, or we can actually add double-sided tape. So let me do the double-sided tape. Okay, here, double-sided tape. Okay, and then we are just going to close it and attach to the other side. So I'm going to do 1 and 2. So we're just gonna close these, and there we go. Just press down here on the tape, and now we have a dimensional pocket for the back. And so we're gonna put this right over here. Okay, so we're just gonna add the glue all around. Okay. And place these right over here. And there you go. And so press down, and there we go. So now we have a dimensional pocket on the back and this layout for the front. So now we're gonna continue and work on the pages for the book. So for the base pages, we're gonna cut 4 pieces at 9 by 7.5. Okay, so I have 2, and then I'm gonna do 2 more here. Okay, so 9 by 7.5, and then we are going to score all these pieces along the 7.5. We're going to score at half and at 1.
I blink and I remember you and me, you and me.
And then we're going to fold along the score lines. Okay, so we're gonna fold these along the score lines. Fold and fold. And then here's the last one, fold and fold. And these are gonna be the base pages, and now we're gonna start working on each one of these. So this is gonna be the front and this is gonna be the back. So we're gonna call this page 1 and we're gonna call that page 2. So for page number 1, I'm going to cut 2 pieces. Let's bring this here. And these are going to be 9 inches by 3 3/4. Okay, so 9 inches by 3 3/4. And we're going to score at 1/2 inch along the 3 3/4. Okay, so 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch, and then we are going to fold and fold, and we're going to glue these pieces here, 1 on each side. Okay, so you're going to have your score lines folded back, and then we're just gonna line these up and add this piece. Okay, and then press down, and then we're going to add this other one, okay, right here like that. Okay, so just line this up and press down. Okay, so this is gonna be our little gatefold page. Now we can always add the little center fold out that I have, and it can be an optional piece because you can have it just like this and add your magnets here. But for that additional little piece, I'm using 1 piece of cardstock that is going to be 4 1/4 by 10 1/4, and so we're gonna score at 3 1/4 and at 7. Okay, and this is going to be just a little trifold piece here that you can put on the center here. So after you glue your paper, you can go ahead and add this as a closure, but also as a fun little trifold here on top. So we're gonna keep that together like that. And now we're gonna work on the back, which is gonna be our page 2. So for this page 2, I'm going to cut 1 piece. This is going to be 6.5 by 11. And then I'm going to cut another piece, and this one is going to be 5.5. So I'm just going to put this here. by 6.5. Okay, and then we're going to score the piece that is 5.5 by 6.5. You're going to score at 1/2 inch along the 5 inches. Whoops. Okay, and fold along the score lines. And the piece that measures 11, we're going to score at 1/2 inch and at 6.5. Okay, along the 11 inches. And then we're going to fold along the score lines like that. And now we're going to bring back our page. And I'm going to glue this piece along the bottom of the page, the one that falls out. Okay, so we're just gonna add the glue right here. And we're just gonna line this up on this side. Press down. Okay, and then this one is gonna fold in like that. And the other piece is going to come along the top. Okay, so this one is gonna go up here and press down. Okay, so that's gonna be your page number 2. So we have pages 1 and 2 ready. We're just gonna put them to the side, and we're gonna add all of these ones together at the same time. So we're just gonna put these to the side over here, and we're gonna move to page number 3. So for this page, I'm going to cut one piece. Cut a new page here. This is going to be 6.5 by 8.5. So let's do it like this. 6.5 by 8.5. And then we're gonna need a second piece that is going to be 4.5 by 7.5. And we're going to score the first piece along the 8.5. We're gonna score at 1/2 inch. Okay. And the other one, we're gonna score along the 7.5 at 1/2 inch and at 7. And along the 4.5, we're going to score at 1/2 inch here as well. And this is going to be a pocket, so we are going to cut the corners and fold along the score lines. Okay, and then fold along the score lines here. Now you're gonna bring your page, and remember to fold these pieces back, and we're going to add the pocket. Okay, so we're gonna add the glue and add the glue here, and add the glue right here. And we're gonna line these up and add the pocket right on this page and press down. Okay, and then we're going to add this piece here along the top and press down, and there you go. Super simple. That is gonna be our page number 3. And then for page number 4, we're going to start with another piece. This is gonna be the full size here, 8.5 by 11, and we're going to score along the 11 inches at 5.25 and at 10.5. Okay. And we're just gonna fold this as an accordion page. So fold and fold this piece back. Okay, and then we're going to cut another piece. This one is going to be, I probably need a new page. It's going to be 8.5 by 7. So I'm gonna use this piece from my scraps. Okay, so 8.5 by 7, and we're going to score at 1/2 inch along the 7 inches. Okay, so I'm just scoring. I'm scoring opposite so I don't, it's gonna, it's a little bit of a weird angle for me here. Okay, and so we're gonna work on the back here of this page. And so the accordion fold, I'm going to glue on the left side. Okay, so we're just gonna center these up and down. Okay, so we're just gonna add some glue, applying this. It's up here, press down, and then we are going to add the other page on the other side of this book. So I'm just gonna add the glue and line this one here and press down. Okay, so over here this is gonna open to the side, and then this is gonna have a long accordion folds. So those are gonna be pages 3 and 4. So I'm just gonna make a little pile here, and we're gonna move right along and work on page number 5. So let me grab more cardstock. So for page number 5, I'm going to cut one piece at 6 3/4 by 9. So I'm gonna do 9 by 6 3/4. Okay, and then we're gonna need another one that is gonna be 8.5 by 5.5. So I'm gonna try to use my scraps, and this one is perfect. And we're going to score this piece that measures 6 3/4 by 9. We're gonna score at 1/2 inch along the 6 3/4. Okay, and fold. And the piece that is 5.5 by 8.5, we're going to score along the 8.5 at 1/2 inch and at 4 3/4. Okay. And then we're going to fold this and fold this 1/2 inch also. And we're gonna bring back our next page. And so again, we're gonna fold the score lines to the left side, and I'm going to start by gluing the larger piece on the right side. So we're just gonna add the glue. This is gonna go right here. Okay, so there we go. And then we're going to open this up, and we're gonna glue the other piece on the other side. So I'm just gonna add the glue right here, and we're going to line this up at the center and press down, and then we're going to close and close. So that's gonna be our page number 5. Now for page number 6, we're going to cut 2 pieces here. These are going to be 6.5 by 5.5. So we're gonna cut 6.5 by 5.5. Okay, same thing here, 5.5. And we're going to score at 1/2 inch along the 6.5. Okay, so we're just gonna do 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch, and then we're going to fold along the score lines, and we're gonna bring these back, and we're going to glue one on each side also, but along the top and along the bottom of the page. Okay, so we're gonna add the glue and press down And then we're going to add the glue here, and we're gonna place this piece right there. Okay, so that's gonna be our page number 6. Super quick and easy. And we're gonna add this to our pile, and we are going to be working on the last 2 pages for this book. So we are going to be cutting for page number 7 2 pieces at 4.5 by 6.5, and I know I have scrap pieces, but I don't think I have anything big. So we're gonna do 2 pieces of 4.5 by 6.5. So again, we're gonna cut this at 6.5 by 4.5, and this one too, 4.5. And then we're going to cut 1 piece. This is going to be 6.5 by 9, and we're going to score all of these pieces at 1/2 inch along the 6.5 side. Okay, so 1/2 inch, then 1/2 inch here, and then for the large piece also 1/2 inch there. And then we're going to fold along the score lines, and then bring back our page, and we're gonna add the 2 small pieces on the right side. Okay, so let's add the glue, and then we're gonna put this really close to the edge right there, and then the other one is gonna be right next to it. Okay, so there we go, and then press down, and now we're gonna open this up and add the larger piece here along the left side. Okay, and place this piece right here and press down. Okay, and then I'm just gonna open that up and press down, and that is gonna be our page number 7. And then for our last page, I'm gonna cut 1 piece. This one is gonna be 8.5. No, this is gonna be 6.5 by 8. Okay, so 6.5 by 8. And then the second piece is going to be 6.5 by 4.5. Okay, so 4.5 by 6.5, and we're going to score at 1/2 inch. This one we're gonna score along the 4.5, and this one we're gonna score along the 8 inches. And we are just going to fold and fold, and we're just going to go ahead and add these here. So I'm going to add the glue and place this piece down here, press down, and then we're going to add this other one along the top. Okay, so we're gonna place that right there, and press down. Okay, so we're gonna open that up, press down, open this down, and there you go. Those are our 8 pages. Super quick, hopefully easy enough. And we're going to now add those to our book. So I'm just gonna move all of these, and we're gonna bring our book here, and we're gonna add the pages. Now to add the pages, I like to start on the last page so that way I can line it up with the bending line here on the back, and then we're gonna move our way towards the front. So we're gonna add the glue on the 1/2 inch piece here, 1/2 inch section, and we are just going to add that right there. Okay, so give it a little room from the scoring line. Okay, so it's not right at the bending line here. So that's gonna be our first page. I'm just gonna press down, lay this flat, and then we're going to add the next one. Okay, so add this piece here. Okay, so right next to the other one, press down. And now we're gonna do the next one. Okay, so add the glue. And line this up. Press down. Okay, and then the last one, which is our first page here. Okay, so we're gonna add the glue, and we're going to line this up. Okay, and press down. There you go. That is going to be our 9x7. It's actually 9x7.5, but I'm calling it 9x7 mini album here. I hope you guys enjoy the process. I always love a blank naked book. So we'll just do a quick walkthrough once again. We have these two opening flaps. We have our gatefold with the little piece that you can add on the front. We have this piece that opens up and down and it folds. A page that has a pocket here. Then we have this that opens, and we have the accordion folds. Then over here we have this closure for this side, and this also opens like that. For the back we have two flaps, and then for the next page we also have two flaps in a different way, so they cover the whole page, and this opens up like that. And then on the last page this just simply opens up and down. You can close it like that, or you can close it like this. And then back here we have a dimensional pocket. So that is gonna be the project for today. I hope that you guys enjoy the video. I hope that you enjoy the tutorial. Let me share with you really quick the papers that I'm going to be using to decorate this book. So I'm going to be using my digital collection called Fall Memories. This is a collection that I designed for my Patreon last year, actually. I'll link it below. If you're joining Patreon, you can still go and download any of the previous collections, but also I will have it, it is listed on the website by itself, so I'll have that link below there. So I'll give you a quick walkthrough. I went ahead and printed these on 65 white cardstock, and I'm going to be using this collection to decorate my book here, and then tomorrow I'm gonna share with you the final look of the book decorated. If you guys enjoyed the video, please let me know on the comments which one has been your favorite project from the series so far. Tomorrow I'll be doing the final reveal of this book using my digital collection. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.